Do you broadly support the move then for safe standing trials, at least to start with?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I mean, when I grew up watching football, we all stood up, or 90% of us stood up in the grounds. It was very different. Obviously, when we had a disaster at Hillsborough, and so hopefully we've learned all the lessons that we can learn from that terrible day, and it can be safe for people to stand up in the future. People do love to stand up at football. Yeah, I think it creates a better atmosphere. Even when you go to a game and people are sitting down, you find that when the ball moves up one end, everybody stands up. So you spend all day sitting down, standing up. And people do tend to stand up as well in the seat. So I think it's a great idea. And as long as we can iron out any problems with it, let's get back to standing. It'll be great.
And football grounds themselves have come a long way since 1994 when this blanket ban first went in, Harry. I mean, there are family areas, disability access areas as well. It is a different prospect now for fans as they attend these games, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that, as I say, people do love to go and stand and, and sing at football and be together and celebrate. So I think as long as we can make it up, make sure that everything is safe and there's no problems, then I think it's going to be a great idea, for football going forward.
What about Liverpool taking part in this trial? Obviously, with it being Hillsborough, that's quite a sensitive point. Do you think that was right for them to join in this trial?
Well, obviously, no one will ever forget that terrible day at Hillsborough, and I can remember where I was that day and watching it unfold. So, but I don't know. I think I'm not sure what the people of Liverpool would think about it. Their opinions will be much more valid than anybody else's, really. But the COP as it was always the greatest, probably. Standing area in football where the atmosphere was just amazing, and they went every week and sung together and just created a great atmosphere. So hopefully they'll be up for getting the standing back up again. And if they do, as I said, I think it will certainly help. Everybody enjoys it, I think, and hopefully we can get it sorted and we can get back to standing at matches again.
The voice of the people of Liverpool, of course, need to be heard on this, but I suppose more pertinently, Harry, the voices of those who lost loved ones in that disaster need to be heard as well. And I've been reading today some testimony from one of the parents whose son died in the Hillsborough disaster, saying she's completely changed her mind, actually, now, and does support this trial. Do you think that's going to be the case for others who lost loved ones on that day?
Yeah, who knows? What them people went through was just horrendous. So I think we've got to listen to their voices. What they say has got to be very important. So, and if they are, if they do feel it'll be a good idea, then we've all got certainly would make our support even stronger for it. So, I'm hoping we get back to safe standing, and as I say, little by little steps. And I'm sure we can get there and make it safe for people to go and stand again and enjoy the game by standing up and watching the matches.
Football's an international game. How do we compare, Harry, to other clubs and leagues in Europe when it comes to standing up at a football match?
Well, we haven't had it now for so long, have we? And I'll be truthful, since I went into football management and playing, I've never had to stand up. But as a kid, I stood up every week with my dad. We stood behind the goal every single Saturday of our lives, But so I don't know. But I do know that when I do go to a game now, and if I sit in the crowd, when the ball travels from one end, everybody stands up. So you do spend all day standing up, sitting down, because people jump up when they can't see where the ball's going. So, I think that's not a great deal of fun either. Believe you me, people do like to stand up. So I think if the public want it and it's the vote of the people, then great. Let's get back to doing it.
Yeah, point taken. Just wondering about internationally, if you go and see a game in Italy, for example, at Milan Stadium, or if you go to Spain in the Spanish Football League, or even in France, is there standing room there?
Do I'm not sure. As I say, I've been all over. I managed teams in the San Siro and all the great stadiums, the Bernabeu and everywhere else, but. I don't know now whether they stand or not on the continent. I'd be lying if I said I knew the answer. I'm not sure whether they're standing in them countries. or whether they're all seater stadiums now all around the world. Certainly, obviously, we are in this country, but I don't know what the rest of the world do now. I'm not sure.
We know the Footballers Association are broadly supporting this. They've been calling for it for years. If today's trial goes well at the main clubs, I think it's Man City, Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, that game ongoing, and I think Wolves and Arsenal are going to look at it next week. Would you expect this to be rolled out pretty quickly amongst other Premier League clubs?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I think if everything goes okay and it's, you know, everything runs smoothly, I'm sure that it will be rolled out pretty quickly, and we will get back to having standing areas at football matches. And that, as I say, it creates a great atmosphere when people do stand and get together and sing. Let's be honest, at the moment, it's with the COVID around, I don't know if you'd want to be squashed in amongst a load of people standing up. I'm not sure it would be an ideal place to be at the moment, you know. So there's all them things to take into consideration, isn't there, really? At least when you're sitting, you've got a little bit of room. But when you're standing, everyone's squashed together. That could be a problem going forward. But we'll have to wait and see. And hopefully that it all runs smoothly and we take it from there.